What's happening, sports fans? Welcome back to another episode with Mom and Papa Joe. Man, it's getting to be that time of the year. Things are starting to cool down. This is going to be a special gumbo episode. We're doing one in collaboration with Michael Bowman, TRIPLEBsBBQfor. He and I have been talking about this collab for quite some time now. We're finally pulling the trigger. I'm going to put Mike's link to his channel in my top left. You definitely have to check that young man out. Doing some awesome videos, man. His channel is growing daily, and really enjoy watching what he does. Let's get right into this. So our gumbo today is going to be a seafood gumbo, which is my absolute favorite. And like most good gumbos, we're going to start with a roux. I am not one of those that rushes a roux. I'm starting with 1 cup of light olive oil. My stove is on medium low. My roux takes me a good hour and a half. To that 1 cup of olive oil, I'm coming back with 2 cups of flour. So 1 part oil, 2 parts flour for me. Gumbo is one of those things that no two people do it the same. So I'll never say that any one way is right, any one way is wrong. So we're just going to slowly bring this roux to that dark caramel flavor. And what is most important is that you cook the raw flour out. So I'll bring you back periodically to show you what is going on. Here we are half an hour in. And while it still does not look anywhere close to where it's going to be in the end, this will be a dark, shiny surface. This will loosen up in the next 45 minutes or so. The thing about a roux is the longer you cook it, the more developed the flavors become. And also the longer you cook it, the less thickening power you have. So if you were to make some gumbo right now with this, you would have a pretty thick gumbo unless you added a whole lot of liquid. So we're going to cook some of the thickening power out of this roux and increase the flavor. Right, we are at an hour, and man, we're really starting to see some movement now. We can see that shine starting to develop. So this is a point where you really can't walk away very long, because as this cooks, the chances of it burning increase. So you just got to stay close. I've got here a little over a pound of andouille sausage. I want to brown that just to remove some of the oil. And then 1 pound of okra. I'm going to saute this for about 25 minutes to get rid of that slime that you're seeing right there. Both very important parts of our gumbo. An hour and a half, folks, and man, we've got that beautiful shine. That color is great. I am thinking I'm going to go another 15 minutes for an hour and 45 minutes. That andouille has a nice color. Lots of oil. I'm going to lay that on some paper towels just to get it completely drained. And you can see from here, man, we probably got 98% of that slime out of here. So we pretty much dried this okra, added a little color to it, and it's going to really provide this gumbo with a nice body and some texture, so to speak. Folks, I don't know how well you're able to see this shine, man, but oh my goodness. Mississippi mud, like Justin Wilson used to say. This shine is like the moonlight shimmering off the Mississippi mud. And what we're going to come back with is the trinity. I've got 1.5 large yellow onion, 1 cup of red, and 1 cup of green bell pepper, and about 2.5 stalks of celery chopped. Everybody into the pool. A lot of people leave celery out, but I don't. And we're going to give this a couple of 5 minutes or so. And you still have to keep in mind that your roux will continue to cook. So yes, it can still burn at this point. Well, I don't think my gumbo is going to fit in this new pot of mine. So I'm going to switch out to the pot that I normally use. Alright, and we're going to continue cooking. Alright, I feel better about this now. Alright, so my onions have pretty much become translucent. I'm now going to add about a cup of chopped parsley, about the same of green onions, and maybe a tablespoon and a half of some finely minced fresh garlic. Give this another few minutes. We're now gonna come back with my homemade seafood stock. 4 quarts of water, just shrimp shells. I saved these over time, all right? But everybody into the pool. Some bell pepper, thyme, parsley, bay leaf, sweet yellow onion, whole peppercorn, garlic, some carrots. Bring this to a rolling boil. Once it hits a boil, we'll turn it down to a simmer, and I'll let it simmer for an hour. That was my homemade seafood stock, room temperature. I did not want to add something hot to that hot roux. Roux is much more effective when one or the other is cold and one or the other is hot. To that, I'm going to add 2 cups of a dry white wine. A shake, maybe a couple of teaspoons of some Tabasco, your favorite, and the same of some Worcestershire sauce. Here is my sausage. I'm going right in because, man, I want this to really flavor our gumbo juice. We're gonna let this cook for give or take 45 minutes, just so that these items really get to know each other. All right, so we've given this over an hour to really introduce themselves. And man, that is looking great. Browning and drying this andouille sausage does is really create almost a oil-free gumbo juice. Wow. Couple pieces of bay leaf, some thyme. And what I'm gonna do now is what I like to call just prime the pot. It's very early for the seafood, so I'm just gonna add small amounts of the seafood just to kind of give our juice a awesome base. You know, if you were to add all of your seafood right now, it would definitely be rubbery. So we're only added very small, some scallops. Last thing I want to add is maybe a teaspoon of salt this early. So my stove down to a simmer, and we're gonna let this go for about 2 hours. All right, folks, so we've been going an hour and a half just simmering. It's really time now to amp up this flavor. And man, I'm just so impressed at how little oil. I have not had to skim anything off in terms of oil. So in with our Dungeness. In addition to that Dungeness, I picked through a nice pound of some crab meat. So sweet, with a little brininess to it. This is already looking like heaven. So we're gonna give this about another half an hour, 45 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna come back, finish up with the shrimp and some scallops. All right, so we have got just about 30 minutes left in this cook. I've got 3 things to add. At the 30-minute mark, I'm going to add our okra. It's gonna create just a little more body to our juice. At the 20-minute mark, I will come back with the shrimp, and then the 10-minute mark, the scallops. All right, we've got 15 minutes left. We're gonna check salt content. Oh, just gently bubbling away, man. That could use just another pinch. I think we're gonna be good. In with 2 pounds of Gulf shrimp. And we'll come back with our scallops in a few more minutes. All right, 5 minutes left. Here we go with those huge scallops, milk and all, the scallop milk and all. Oh, and all those need is about 5 good minutes, man, of this gentle simmer. We'll come back with a little bit of the gumbo filet, and we'll call it good. All right, we're gonna call that good. Turning off my stove. Oh, this house is smelling heavenly. Last thing I'm gonna do, and I don't know how you guys do it, but filet in the pot or on the serving over the rice. I've always gone in the pot, and I would say maybe a teaspoon. We'll give that a nice little stir. Filet is a little thickener as well. Just waiting for Mama to come home now, and we're gonna get down to business. Here we are, folks. Oh my Nelly. I wanted Mama to join me. Mama did not want to. She said her hair was a mess from work. I know Triple B is gonna kill this. but I'm here to tell you folks, this is totally delicious. That shrimp stock that I made brings such a richness to this. And then the andouille adds another meaty layer that really meshes well. Wow. Oh, too delicious. One more shrimp, just for you guys. So there it is, folks. I'm about to sit down and get busy. Once again, I want to remind you guys, make sure you go stop by Triple B's channel. I know he's going to kill it. I watched one of his gumbo videos from a couple of years ago, and it was absolutely amazing. So again, he's in the link to my top left. I'll also add him to the description below. Go check him out. Like and subscribe to that young man. Thank you guys once again for hanging out with Mom and Papa Joe. We really appreciate you stopping by to watch. In the meantime, I want you guys to take care of yourselves, look out for each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Holla!